All right, so here we go. He could have hit his head. Oh my God. Not Carly. Look at that. That's a Goldberg spear. He lucked out, man, to be able to flip over. Let's do that in slow-mo. I mean, he's jumping. He's in the air before it even gets on camera that Carlito's there. Oh, that is, even the shoulder. Like, look at how close. It's not totally close. It's a car. I mean, right there, just that spear alone is better than any Goldberg spear or any spear I've ever seen. This is, what did they label it again?
That is the greatest spear of all time.
I believe it's the greatest spear of all time. I'm taking a chance right now. The second camera angle, really, I have to put WWE over. How they do it. We watched the Bret Austin match. We watched the WrestleMania 12 match, which preceded, obviously, the Bret Austin match. Just changing the look in that year right there. And then always changing the look of the set, the look of the Titantron. But now it's like an 8K screen that they debuted that year at MetLife for WrestleMania. The big 8K screen. Or what is it? It was more than that. It was like 32K or something ridiculous how big that screen was. Their production, this camera right here, to follow the action down the entryway, it's just incredible. It looks like he just bounces off Carlito, and it looks like Carlito kind of, I don't know if he spears him or whatever, but Carlito just kind of hits him like he hits that. It's just so crazy how good this is, this camera.
The only thing that bugs me about the drone footage is it's not quite as crisp as, obviously, the cameras on the floor. But I'm sure technology is improving constantly. I am sure that will improve soon. But I think they probably have to use like a really small drone inside. Because if nothing else, drones are really noisy.
Well, why didn't they set up like one of these cameras just on top of the screen to have that camera angle the same quality? It is degradation in quality, but man, it sort of has the Bret Austin gritty look too. It sort of like makes me think about that kind of stuff. This was incredible. I can't say enough good things about, we got to look at Goldberg, but I know Goldberg's probably insulted that they said his spear is the greatest spear ever. Am I guessing right?
Oh, I don't know what Goldberg's opinion is of that at all.
All right, now we're here to go. Even though Bron Breakker has only been in the company for a very short time, this is the OG spear. This is basically, maybe this one on I Show Speed was the reason they changed it, because this is probably the most shoot spear I've ever seen as far as anything. They killed this guy. Let's see. Ah! That's like when Goldberg did it. I didn't even look. That's kind of like the Goldberg spear we talked about. Oh my goodness. Oh! Oh! What do you say? Welcome to WWE. Now Bron almost DDT'd himself there too. That's part of the reason why I think they changed it. Look. That's a very dangerous proposition right there, to plant your own head into that. So I Show Speed saw some speed right there. It was too late.
Yeah, they say 23 miles an hour off the ropes Bron Breakker can run.
Well, you know what? If I see Bron Breakker running at me at 23 miles an hour, I'm going to be running away at 24 miles per hour. So try and catch me. Oh, they went back to the reaction with McAfee and Michael Cole. I love.
Yeah, they're doing the UFC thing now. Yeah,
that originated Marvin All. Shout out to him. Nobody will ever be as good as him. I wonder why he hasn't come back in this era, where it's a lot more kind of understanding to his, mental health and everything. Bring that guy back. He was awesome. That's a Howard Finkel level of big fight feel, but on commentary. You looking it up?
He's actually doing commentary for Scott D'Amore, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling at the moment.
Good for him. Good for him. But he deserves to be on the main stage. All right, here we go. He hit his head 100%. Did you see that? Look at, there it is. You want that to be the thumbnail? Tuck your chin, kid, right? Can't do it. I think that was the, you know what would be cool? Oh, you really know what would be cool? This would be cool.
Yeah, no one was talking I showed speed out of that. He might have even come up with it himself. So, if I just turn around, it's like, oh, that'd be great.
The thing I hated about this was, first of all, the way he went into the Rumble with Hunter go, you got to get out there. You got to get out, like the whole, social media thing. And then when he came back, they all congratulated him and clapped.
Mm.
Here we go.
So the rest of these are just some of the best.
Though.
No.
What's that?
Some of these are just some of the best over the past year, so you should get an idea of how the spear has changed since he's been on the main roster.
Well, Jaden McDonough for sure. Is that Jaden McDonough for sure has to, this kid has to get well again. He's been off for a while. We know why. It's just hopefully he get well soon. I have no doubt that Jaden McDonough made this spear look incredible before I even watch it. Yep. Good job. Nathan Frazier. Good job there. That was when he was going over on people right in the beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. The Kaiser one. Yeah. See, that's the camera angle, dude. This is what makes him special. Production makes it look special. This is his camera angle. They did it with Braun a couple times, but I think it's nice job, man. That's a scary one. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the feet. You can catch your toes on that mat.
Yeah.
And blow out both your knees. Sammy's very lucky because slow-mo, look at that. Look at the right leg and the foot. Could have very easily blown both your knees out. Oh, he just flying headbutted him. I love Jay's look. Just, whoa, wait a minute. Too late. Bron Breakker needs to be careful that he doesn't hurt himself. I know Goldberg's probably given himself multiple concussions on the warm-up with the soda machine as well as the spear, but the kid needs to be careful. Ooh, what was that? Did he slide? Did he lose his footing? Yeah, I think he went to jump and lost his footing. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't able to dive.
Yeah, because he's coming around the corner at the same time as well, so it does sort of increase slightly the potential for slipping.
That's the slip. See, his feet are in that direction. I think his sneakers kind of. You see what I mean? Although he got 2 steps after that, good for him.
Right, over to Goldberg's then. Oh,
I've taken Goldberg's. And it's already better than his. Is it more real? The earlier versions, yeah, but then he cleaned up. So let's look at Goldberg.
Yeah, the WCW ones are well better. And I tell you what, every single one on Glacier is amazing. I only put one in.
Ooh, that's a neck injury. That's the Tommy Young neck injury, right? Look at that.
What happened with Tommy Young?
Supposedly he had jumped or took a bump and his neck hit the rope. And it's that tight cabling of WCW or NWA back in the day. And I think he got a neck injury and never, that's me speculating. I've run into him since he reffed. He's always been very kind. But I believe it was an injury based on his neck hitting the rope. That's a story I heard. And that's why I've always been really careful about not being too close to the ropes. Because look at this. That's right on the back of the neck. Oh, the La Parka one was awesome. Okay, I'm leaning more towards. Oh, Dean, was that Dean or Chavo?
I think it's Chavo, I think.
I think it's Chavo too because facial hair here. I'm starting to lean back based on these spears. Did you throw me in here for some reason? I'm sensing it.
Yes, I did, yeah.
Haku.
See, I'm surprised that Meng's such a great one.
Oh!
Now, I think there's a story. You know, when you were saying DDTs himself, I think Goldberg actually does on this one, gives himself a aneurysm, it looks like, quite frankly, but I think he rattles his own head, definitely. And he also, because Goldberg would do this as well, and I think a lot of other people who do spears do this as well, is when they miss a spear into the corner and then, they hit the head on the middle turnbuckle. But Goldberg would, I'm sure this won't come as a surprise to you, knock himself out clean out occasionally doing that.
He did that at the Saudi Arabia match with Undertaker, where he literally threw his head into the post. Remember that? Well, he's already knocked out. The Soda Machine won every single night.
Yeah, I think it was on this pay-per-view maybe he knocked himself out.
Yeah, he definitely looked like he was out. He bounced. Literally, it looked like a DDT. He bounced and bounced to the side. Oh, yeah, he's not getting up. He didn't get up and do his thing. You know what I mean? He just, not the thing. He did his thing, not the thing. I'd love to see Goldberg try to do the thing with Ricochet or Will Ospreay.
Yeah, he could do bat flips back in the day. He'd have a chance. This is great.
Oh! Yeah, well, Canyon's just another level. He twisted him, too, when he did it. Oh! I remember Booker, he had a leapfrog thing. Good sell by, Alan Funk.
Yeah, was he Kiwi at the time, I think?
Yes. Oh, whoever this guy is.
There's those pink trunks that got us demonetized for that video, by the way.
Well, cut that out. Canyon always used to land on his head. The Brock one out of the multiple. That was a safe one. His head was tucked in, but not past the arm. So good job, Goldberg. Very good.
It must be good to do it on someone like Brock as well.
Oh, what's that?
It must be good to do a spear on Brock as well, because you can just do it as hard as you can and he'll be fine.
He's got the resistance and the low center of gravity and the base to be able to take it. So, okay. So am I going to make
we've got to watch the Christian one again. Oh, I want to watch the Christian one, because that might be, like, if it's not off the ropes or turning around, I mean, he is turning around, but Christian takes it so well.
Right on the back of his head, too.
Yeah, he just spine busts himself, pretty much.
But you got to think you can't really tuck totally. Yeah, that's probably the best one he's ever done. But I dare say, looking at the Kiwi one, looking at the Alan Funk, that was the best one where with Sammy, he got his feet caught, but Alan Funk literally got speared in the air and took the back bump there. Mine wasn't the best one, but I learned my lesson from the previous spear to not have this happen. My head. So I tucked in and did more of a Brock thing where I resisted and let him kind of pick me up and throw me down, Still look good, but now you want me to make a decision.
I do want you to make a decision. For some reason, I feel a diplomatic answer coming.
Well, we get less diplomatic with each passing episode, according to people that watch.
Yeah.
I would say Bron Breakker. You know why?
Just based on the last couple, well, the iShow Speed and the Carlito one, or as a body of spears, I guess.
No, based on the Carlito one and based on the change in the type of spear, the air he gets, and it actually somehow looks more devastating. He built the foundation of doing the Goldberg spear. Now he changed it a little bit to fly in the air, and it's just impressive. So that you combine the run with flight, and then literally his body's a missile. He takes a bump off to the side, like the one on Carlito. So he could do both styles, as a matter of fact. There might be a time where he needs to basically just run somebody over. So in a way, he has two different types of spears where you can get a false finish potentially off the floating spear. Then he's going to plant you for the finish. So he's kind of protecting his finish with two different spears. Goldberg can only do it one way, and the way Goldberg does it is probably why that dude, it's a miracle he doesn't have this stuff going on with his neck, his head, CTE, whatever it might be. Goldberg, unfortunately, I have to say it right now, Goldberg and Bron Breakker are basically maybe even playing field as far as workers. But Bron Breakker's been only working for a couple of years, and he's going up. Goldberg's been flat. Goldberg just does the Goldberg match, and that's the only match. If it goes beyond 3 minutes, he can't do the spear because he's blown sky high. He couldn't do the jackhammer to Undertaker because he knocked himself out twice. So it's a body of work. But when you pull the spear in, I'm looking at it as a worker and a fan. As a worker, I'd rather take Bron Breakker's new one. But as a fan, I'm looking, or as a worker, let's go back. Those two different types of spears also protect Breakker from doing multiple finishes to people. Just my theory. Bill, if you kick out of the spear, what's he going to do? Hit you with another spear? Do it. Now as a worker, you don't want to take more than one. But as a fan, once you've seen the greatest hits of Goldberg, that's it. And dare I say it now, how many fans, casual and hardcore alike, say, oh my God, one more match? Are you kidding me? It's been exposed. Every weakness of Goldberg has been exposed. Unfortunately, they haven't protected Goldberg and his strengths. For whatever reason, during a certain time in WWE, they exposed his weaknesses, and he's never recovered from that. Now, Saudi Arabia gives you $2, $3, $4, $5 million. I'm telling my wife, spine infection, herniated disc, whatever it might be, we're doing it. We're going. Mm-hmm. Go get your money, Goldberg. Wrestle until you're 90, like Hugh Jackman with Wolverine. Do it until you're 90. I don't fault you for that, but guess what? There's no more Goldberg legacy. He's just another dude. And that's fine, because he's a $5 million payday dude, and I want to be that dude too. Dude, is there anything I said that you agree, disagree? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, there's one thing I want to ask you is Goldberg, for the majority of his career, did spears corner to corner. Whereas when I was like finding all these clips for Bron Breakker, he really doesn't do it that way. And I'm wondering, is there more risk doing it corner to corner? If they're, too close to the turnbuckles or something, or maybe, the ring is harder at that point, so it's harder bump to take. But why doesn't Bron do that is what I'm asking.
I'm not exactly sure. It might just be because, well, it's similar to Roman and Jay, so it's kind of like, corner to corner would be different. There is a lot less room in the WCW ring. That's the one, like, well, the Parker was close in the corner. Then the other guy who took the back of the head and neck on the ropes, that's the smaller ring effect that can hurt a person literally. But I don't know. Different, maybe because of the 23 miles an hour. You can't run that way corner to corner. So that makes it special. Part of the presentation of Bron Breakker's spear is the distance and the run, whether it's down the entryway, around the ring, or bouncing off the rope 3 or 4 times. I just think the evolution of the finish is a more positive evolution where Goldberg has stayed so, not flatlined, but so laterally moving with the spear. Even the spots in the spear. Bron Breakker has more creative ways, because he has people creating it for him, creative ways to hit that spear. Goldberg, while it's a formula that worked for, 10, 20 years, now it's starting to feel long in the tooth, and basically outside of a nostalgia match, which he better just do one a year, what does it matter? It's a been there, done that, seen it type thing. I've seen the thing. That's it.
Is it like a diamond cutter into an RKO? Essentially, like everyone thought at the time, wow, he's done a fireman's carry thing into a diamond cutter. Wow, that's amazing. But then when Randy Orton started doing the cutter, it was like light years ahead as far as setting them up.
Yeah, I mean, wrestling's going to evolve. You can't just stick with, even the Hogan leg drop is just like, that's not a finish anymore. Who cares? Can we make it a finish? Of course we can. But there is a certain evolution that might be negative. I think the evolution of like the spear going to Bron Breakker is very positive. And dare I say it, are we going to get a Bron Breakker Goldberg match? I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know if it's even going to be good. But if you want to pass the torch, Goldberg, that could be a great final match for you.
Do you know what?
But
I
keep
thought it was gonna
taking, keep taking the Saudi money. Just,
Yeah.
dude. I'm not trying to retire you. Don't get mad at me, please.
No, he's going to do his retirement match this year, and I think it was going towards Gunther. But yeah, Bron Breakker. If Bron wins, I mean, whoever it is, I know it's his retirement match, but for goodness sake, lose. I think it'd be really important for him to lose, and he wouldn't lose face or anything like that. I think he would be more over if he lost.
I would not recommend the Gunther match. And I know they teased that. It was in Atlanta, one of the pay-per-views, right? That they teased it.
Yeah, it was late 2024, and I think the theory was that Goldberg might turn up in like Atlanta in Raw late January, but I think he had like stem cell injections to sort out some ailment or whatever, but now he's, I think, being cleared back to train now, so it should be happening. I know it's probably going to happen toward the end of the year for the big retirement match, I think.
You want to know why I think that's not going to be a good idea? And it's like the most, you might think it's the most innocuous reason. Like you might think, well, of course he's too old, he's stiff, he's injury prone, whatever it might be, which he's not. He's pretty durable even into his late 50s. The reason why Bron Breakker is a better opponent to pick for that retirement match than Gunther is one move that Gunther does that Breakker doesn't do. The chops. What do the chops do to a person when they hit him with that much force? It's not the bump. It knocks the wind out of you. Goldberg's cardio conditioning is always in doubt, is always in question. And unless you want Gunther to throw no chops and the match to go 3 to 4 minutes with Goldberg going over, or Gunther just choking him out, that does nothing for nobody. If you want to go 5, 6, 7 minutes with Gunther, he's going to tie Goldberg up. And by the way, the chop is one thing, but when he starts to tie him up or put holds on him, Goldberg's not flexible enough. It's going to look really, really awkward. But the basis of why, and it's so, like I said, innocuous, like a chop. Yeah, because the chop legitimately knocks the wind out of you. What does Goldberg, with his cardio conditioning, need more than anything else? Air, wind. You knock it out, you knock that match is going to go off the rails quicker and quicker than even the Undertaker match.